What's good, YouTube? World's Greatest Podcast back with another video. And today we have two special guests. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
I'm Des.
I'm Soraya.
Would you like to shout out your IGs?
No.
For sure.
Soraya Mahogany.
Alright. And today, the question is going to be, why am I single? Alright?
Yep.
And so, Nelson, if you want to start with the first question related to the topic.
So, what are 5 reasons that you're single?
5 reasons why I'm single. And this is, to me, or is for anybody?
Anybody.
Okay.
You know?
I need a second to think.
We going in a circle or just?
Not anybody's problem.
This is. You go first.
I don't have it. You can go.
I don't have any either. I gotta think.
Do you have?
Okay, so I can say one reason why I'm still single. Maybe because I just haven't found, that right person yet. It's kind of hard trying to find somebody when you're on a college campus, because not everybody has that mindset to be in a serious relationship. Everybody wants to enjoy their youth. I'm getting old, so
You getting up there?
we about to hit that. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm not gonna put my age. But I just think really I haven't found somebody that has the same mindset as me, and also kind of similar goals as me yet.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not single, but if I was to still be single, it would probably just be because trust. I feel like trust, and we're in college, so it's trust is a big thing. You're on a college campus. It had either go one or two ways. You get your heart broken or you don't. And a lot of people don't want to take that 50-50 chance. Me included. But, so yeah.
I would say one of mine is definitely what Nelson said for sure. Is just people. I would say one thing is intention. Not a lot of people are clear with their intention. You know what I'm saying? It's like you invest your time into somebody, trying to get to talk to them, get to know them. You never know if it's gonna go somewhere or not. That's one of mine.
What's some of your intentions?
Bro?
What's some of your intentions, man? What's your intentions?
My intention really now, I really want to I want to settle down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Do you really? Yeah.
No.
No.
What makes you want to settle down though? How'd you get to this point? You know what I'm saying?
Is this a therapy session?
No. I'm compared to yourself maybe 6 months ago. What changed your mindset?
I've always had the same mindset 6 months ago.
Oh! A year ago. Let's go back a little farther, man. How about a year ago? You had the same mindset?
You wanted to settle down a year ago as well?
Alright, so listen, back to what hey, I was getting cut out.
Why you
Alright, but listen. Alright, so to answer your question about what my intentions, is that what you asked me?
Yeah, what's your intentions, bro?
Yeah, to settle down. Why? You know what I'm saying? Lately, I just want something more meaningful than just link ups and just kicking and cooling. You know what I'm saying? I want to have somebody I can exchange my ideas and my thoughts with. Somebody who can have the same interests as me and be a muse. I want a muse.
Yeah. A muse?
A muse.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You never heard of that?
I have. You're just saying it wrong.
I think you is.
Yeah.
A moose?
You're using it wrong, though.
No, you're a muse.
Sure, yes. However you say it.
Muse.
But y'all know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah,
I get you
cool.
saying. For sure.
Yeah. So
I kind of agree with that though, for sure. Because I think my main thing that I want in a partner is somebody that's going to push me to be a better version of myself than I was yesterday.
yeah.
And also somebody I am getting older, but I can still have small little childish moments with them and things like that. I think that's still important as well because you keep the fun in the relationship. Because I got big dreams, big goals. And I just want somebody. Wait, don't laugh, bro.
No, bro.
I'm saying y'all niggas is last episode. So y'all got big dreams? Y'all got big goals? No. Y'all don't want to do nothing in life, bro. So Epic just want to stay at home and stream all day. That's
no, bro. Actually, that would be the lifestyle. But
No, I promise you, bro. I'm literally just chilling. I look at this nigga, bro, and he start laughing, bro.
No, bro, we good. We don't say too much.
But no, it's just like, cause I you know what I'm saying, yeah, I just want somebody to share my dreams and goals with. Also share their dreams and goals too, cause it's not just me. It's a
us thing.
It's a us thing.
Yeah.
I say that for sure. And I think another one would be like my two would be like for sure trust.
Okay.
Because it's really hard to trust people out here. You just, hey man, people are good at showing something that you would like, and then like once you get down the road, it just switch up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was gonna be my number 2. I'm sorry. What's your one?
So the reason I'm single is because men's intentions are not like intentioning, like they're never 100%. So as soon as I get one red flag that it's not 100%, you're done. Like I just definitely will not take you seriously. Even if I continue to talk to you, I'm just gonna talk to you just for entertainment. But as soon as you show me that like you're not serious, it's just I can't take you seriously because like a man not serious about you is gonna be serious about you. You're not gonna give me no chance to second guess it. But as soon as he lets you second guess it, that one little time, that one little red flag, then it's just like, yeah, he's just here to play. So that's just how we take it.
How long
That's
is
fine.
usually like? I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. So like, how long? Like, when do you know that a man's taking you serious? And how do you know it's being genuine? Because some people know how to play their role. You know what I'm saying? Like some people know how to. So you
They
can tell the
can play
difference.
their role, but you can always tell.
So
You can't play your role to where if you are 100% serious, you will not be playing your role, and the woman can tell when you're playing your role.
I was gonna say, but I think it's like, I feel like it's like catching them in a lie. Whatever, if you are talking to me nice, like if your actions are not like matching your words, I caught you in a lie. And my thing is that if you are acting, they know how to act a certain way. Mm-hmm. If that is not consistent, I caught you in a lie. Like so, I feel like that's how.
Yeah, like I was on FaceTime with a nigga yesterday. He's talking about you look so good last night. You didn't even see me last night. I didn't FaceTime you. I didn't see no pictures. So you're a liar.
Kind of weird. That's kind of
Right,
weird.
you're a liar. You
That's
talking
kinda
about.
weird.
Then I say you didn't see me. You talking about you always look good. See, that's the bullshit. What are you trying to
No, that's funny. I do want to touch on like what you said though. Like actions speak louder than words. Like that's something I always say. Like in every relationship that I'm getting into and stuff like that. Y'all got something to laugh at or something?
We didn't do anything.
So actions speak louder than words. So like when you're like, especially when like you get in a serious relationship with somebody. Like my thing is, yeah, you can tell me like you love me, you care about me, and things like that.
What's
like
funny?
I mean the world, but.
You're a fucking
but if you're not putting in the work, showing me, like it's all fake.
Yeah.
A facade.
I feel like with her thing, like with the FaceTime and telling her that like she's beautiful and stuff, like that's definitely some bullshit. Because my thing is like, don't just be saying shit and doing shit just because. Like
Exactly.
it's okay if you didn't see me yesterday. So like it's okay. Like find something else to talk about. Like, so yeah.
A third, I would say. I'm trying to think. What would be a third reason? You said 5, right?
We don't have to do 5, but we can try to get up to somewhere close to it because we still got a couple more other things to talk about.
All right.
You know.
Go ahead.
Another reason, if I was to be single again, which I'm not, something I would say is that
You gotta make that clear every time.
yeah, a lot of women are in friend groups that they really shouldn't be in.
Be careful.
What are you talking about?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Bro,
preach.
he's
I wanna
preaching.
hear
He's
it.
preaching.
Yeah, a lot of women are in friend groups that they really shouldn't be in because those friend groups really don't want the best for them. Whether that be like sabotaging the relationship by telling them X, Y, and Z, and then now they start overthinking about X, Y, and Z, and now they're going back to their man or whoever they're talking to about X, Y, and Z, or just like girls secretly actually liking who you're trying to get on, but just stuff like that. So it's like a lot of women tend to be in those relationships that they're not really supposed to be in with their friends or with girls in general, and it's just like kind of self-sabotages the whole thing.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. Like I hate when like I don't mind you going to your friends and like talking to them about like your relationship, asking for advice, but I just hate when like the outside people get in your business.
Yeah.
Because like you said, some people would just be saying things, self-sabotage, and then like a lot of people are saying things from a single mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So like single people have a different mindset compared to like a person in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So usually if I'm in a relationship, I kind of like talk to my friends that are in relationships because they they go through it and stuff like that. Not my single friends because all they're gonna tell me is like, hey bro, don't even worry about it. Like you know what I'm saying, move on from the next one or just do what you gotta do, and move on and stuff like that. So I do agree with you on that.
What I was gonna say was another reason why I'm single is because this generation is pretty much like brainwashed with like social media and like crazy expectations that they expect, men to have, and they compare them to relationships like Jada Wada and Ari and all them folks, where it's just like you really can't compare the two, especially like in the state that we're both in, college students versus people who actually make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like the unrealistic like goals and expectations that they have, like it's just, to me, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
I wanted to comment on what they said before we changed the subject because I didn't get a chance to really quick. So I was gonna say I do agree because I think that one example of what you said is like a friend that's in her prime time. Like she's like, yeah, I'm about to have fun this summer. Yeah, me and my friends gonna have fun. But as soon as a friend say, I think I like this guy, I want to settle down. She's like, girl, think about you don't think he being like you really think he being loyal with you, so why you being loyal with him? So really like she don't know nothing, but she just want her friend to be with her outside.
Yeah.
So I think that is true. And then to answer you, what you say again?
I said the unrealistic like expectations and goals that the generation.
Yeah, I remember to say because I don't do that. So.
I was gonna say you don't have like friends that you think have like crazy high expectations.
I was gonna say that I think that it kind of goes. I think it goes both ways with men and women. I think men have also friends that like do the same thing that you were saying about women, for sure. Yeah, because especially, I'll just say for sure. I'll say that.
What examples you have? Because I feel like
I don't know. It's just like it's just the same thing. Like I feel like sometimes men can't be honest with their boys, especially when a person is ready to like settle down. So my thing is that if a guy is ready to like settle down or whatever, they like, boy, no, like it's just some bullshit. Like so I just think it's the same thing.
I had that happen to me. I said I was ready to settle down, like I got laughed at.
See, now this is the crazy part, right? I would be like, I'm the guy that's like, I'm honest with my friends. I'm honest with my friends, right? I have a friend that keeps saying he want to settle down, but he don't put the actions towards it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Keep going.
he's like, I want to settle down, talk to, just get my life together with one individual, but it's just like he's still going out every night. He still got people, talking to a different person on the phone every other night. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that you say you want to be, in a relationship, but you doing single nigga shit. So it's like, it's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I do agree with you on the male thing too. Like, yeah, you do have guys that's out there that for sure be putting a negative light into like their friend's relationship, and I don't think that's like fair because in a sense I feel like that's just jealousy in the back of your mind. You just upset. You're upset because your friend has something that you want potentially.
Or it could be putting your fear on somebody else. Like maybe
True.
you're
Self-projecting.
scared. Yeah.
No,
Like maybe you're scared to be in a committed relationship because you're scared to get hurt. So you like, girl.
Oh, just because it can happen to me or it happened to me, it can happen to you. Kind of.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. Which is crazy because the next question is like what are some trust issues that you have in friendships and also in relationships?
All right, it's very deep and meaningful. A friend made a promise to me that hasn't been kept.
I was just gonna say that.
Honestly, so my thing is just don't make the promise if you're not gonna live up to it. So now I doubt that whatever they promised is gonna happen. Like I can't trust this person, and they're a pathological liar. But that's without the. That's
So
without the
even let me ask you a question though. So what if your friends like were put in like difficult situations? Like he's like bro, I got you, but like you gotta just work with me. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all college students at the end of the day.
I can answer that.
I
feel like somebody who's in a tough predicament in a difficult situation really shouldn't have any room to make promises they can't keep. It's like when you have negative $100 in your account and say, hey, I can send you $100, you know what I'm saying, for your birthday. I promise I can do that. And then it's like, you can't fulfill that, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, why? It's empty promises, and what that leads to is a lot of distrust, you know what I'm saying, a lot of conflict, and just overall, it's just not a good environment, you know what I'm saying, to be in.
But isn't it crazy, like, because it's one thing, it's like hypocritical people, especially people that be like, oh, I promise you this, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they get on other people for like, breaking promises, but, them themselves, they haven't been keeping up with their promise, they still struggling. For a prime example, I have a friend that, he kind of owes me something, right? And that individual, why y'all laughing? But this individual owed me something, right? And I'm not harping on them or anything like that. But I do owe them. I owe them something as well. But they harp on me every day about it, and it's like, dang, bro, like you know what I'm saying? Like you being very hypocritical about me owing you something, but you owe me something as well at the same time. But I'm not harping you about it. I just understand your situation. You know what I'm saying? And they still make promises and everything. Like they said, I'm gonna get it this day, but they haven't held up on their promise at all. But I still trust them. It's just like it just hurts my heart. You know what I'm saying? When these individuals be doing something to me,
Yeah.
But they still my dogs.
We're talking about something specific. What was the general question again?
What trust issues do you have with friendships or
relationships?
Yeah. So overall, I feel like what we can get from that statement is just like,
promises.
Yeah, promises, breaking promises.
Breaking promises.
Those promote trust issues for sure. Okay. Something else I'll say promotes trust issues, just like past trauma that hasn't really been like solved or dealt with. For me personally, I know I have some like past trauma from like high school that may have carried on into like the earlier stages of my college career, and even till now, if I'm being like 100% honest. But it's just like those things that happen to you at certain ages kind of like carry on, and it kind of makes you see the world in a different light. It makes you view people in a different light as well. So because that stuff happened to you, you kind of like, you put your guard up and you start looking at everybody through a different lens, trying to like vet who can really be trusted and who can really, not. So
yeah, just speak on that. Yeah, speak on that though. Like I think it reminds me of like when like how people make them jokes like how like guys be hurt over a relationship in middle school and stuff like that. And it's like dang, like that's still something they put like they everything in, like their full emotion. So like yeah, they're gonna be hurt from that. Yes, middle school relationship is different from high school, college, and then adult, but it still hurt at the end of the day.
The reason for me is why I hate when people say like, bro, it was middle school, get over it, or bro, it was so long. Cause like, for me personally, middle school is one of the times where like you're the most like genuine and pure.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, and vulnerable. So it's like not pure in terms of like you've never done anything, but pure in terms of like you haven't experienced the world yet, everything truly. New. So it's like that's one of the times where you're like some people are like you're sheltered and like you're just something funny.
Go ahead, I'll let you finish.
But like yeah, you're just like kind of like sheltered from like you haven't been able to experience a lot of things, so you're going at whatever you're going at.
Learning your emotions.
Yeah, you're truly learning yourself, and like you're going at whatever you're going at. Like
continue
this guy, but you're going at whatever you're going at, kind of like 100% because like it's your first time and you don't expect anything wrong from it, and then people turn around and kind of like abuse that and like play with you or I'm saying like play with you or just make you feel bad like a bad person.
So about that,
you experienced something before?
No.
He's about to say grow up.
I was gonna call you guys wimps. You know what I'm saying? You guys sound wimpy, but I listen and I understand where you guys are coming from. But I think that when people actually say like grow up is, you know what I'm saying, happen in middle school is for a reason, because people hold on to that past from so long ago, and then they never really like allow themselves to get over it, because
Yeah, I hate that.
and then they allow it to like influence how they behave now. Like there's no way, oh, you had a breakup in middle school and now you don't trust girls with blonde hair or some bullshit that people come up with.
I don't think
You
it'd
know
be.
what I'm
I don't think it'd be like
Yeah.
that.
Like,
I-
you get what I'm saying?
I feel like too though, it's just kind of like you're not messing with 12-year-old girls no more. Like,
Exactly.
you're messing with grown women.
So the dynamic has changed. You
But-
can't
okay.
say, wait. I ain't finished cooking. Like you can't like let the like middle school. That's where you learn your emotions. You know what I'm saying? You're just going through puberty still, like in middle school. You know what I'm saying? Like the person you are then is not the person you are now. So you shouldn't relate that then to now, if that makes sense.
I understand that. So this is my thing to that though. Like, yes, it is like a middle school relationship, but there's still people doing things that like hurt people then in middle school that they are doing now. Lying, it still happens now. You can't say there's not something that happens now. You don't. I mean, I'm not gonna say I was sexually active when I was younger, but you still have. I knew people that were very sexually active when they was younger, and they were sleeping with different individuals. That happens now.
Yeah.
So I understand you can say grow up, but there's things that people are doing at this middle school age that they're still doing now.
Yeah.
So
You want-
what I was going to say too, like I had something for that too. It's just like I think it's just kind of like, well, you have to learn and grow from that. My thing is that like, okay, if you see somebody showing signs of what a 12-year-old girl did to you in freaking middle school, that's a sign that you shouldn't be messing with them. Like, but my thing is that like, don't learn from it. Don't let that like, what's it called,
Yeah.
bring you down.
Why would you go to
Like-
somebody that has the same tendencies as the 12-year-old girl in middle
And
school?
then
Yeah, you know,
exactly,
it's
she's making a
crazy.
point. And then the thing is too, on top of that, was what I was about to say. No, because I was about to say something after her.
Uh-huh.
Is that you saying like lying happens then and lying happens now? Of course it does, but the person you are then is not the same person you are now.
Yeah.
So
you know the signs.
like you know, like you, I promise you, if you was to get broken up with right now, you wouldn't handle it the same way you did in middle school. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
So you're not the same person you were then. Although the situation may happen, if you truly learn from it, there's no way you should react the same way then than you would now.
No, I get you.
I think what me and Nelson are saying is like that those things kind of like shape who you become.
Okay.
So it's like those are fundamental parts in your growing process. And I understand that you guys are like, you know, you grow from that, you take that situation and you learn from it and stuff like that. But like Nelson was saying, if you were in a relationship back when you were younger and someone was lying to you or someone cheated on you or whatever the case may be, those are still things that are going to affect you when you're older, because it's still things that could happen when you're older. Like, yeah, you're not willingly going into relationships and you're like, okay, if they're doing X, Y, and Z just like X, Y, and Z did back in the past, then I know it's a red flag. And like that's not how the brain is gonna operate, because you're gonna look at these two people as two completely different people, and it just could be like a coincidence that one person did this and another person did this from way back then. But because it happened way back then, you're gonna be more on guard. And the whole question was about trust issues.
Right.
So that's why trust issues can happen, stemming from things that happened way back then, because that stuff happened back then, and you know it happened back then, and it was still supposed to be with somebody who you thought you could trust, and that still happened. So it's kind of like, you know, regardless of what we do,
That's still your trust issue.
yeah, and there's honestly, when it comes to people lying, there's nothing you can do to stop someone lying.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to be like, you could be the most perfect person in the world, and somebody could still lie to you because they want to. So it's like, you can't really say like, you know all the signs, because we don't know all the signs.
And then like I'm sorry, I didn't
Go
cut you
ahead.
off. But like another thing is too, like there you still have people that still see the signs and run right through them.
Yeah.
Like just because they're not thinking with their head at that point, they're just thinking with their heart, and their heart telling them to like keep going with this individual. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. And you know, it's another thing that kind of like kind of sticks out to me too is like you have some people that be like, oh, you know, I see they're showing the sign, but I feel like I can change them, and that, you know, I feel like that's delusional at the same time, and it's like crazy because like you can't change nobody. There's nobody You can't change nobody. So, I think I kind of lost my train of thought, but I lost my train of thought. But yeah, that's kind of what I was saying in a sense. Yeah.
Did you have something? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I think with some trust issues, it's kind of just like I think kind of what we were saying is just that like okay, if your trust issues is about people lying, right? Don't get into a relationship instantly thinking like, oh, they're lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even though that's your trust issue, okay, that's fine. But my thing is that like, I think to that person, and until you know like for sure if they're lying and stuff, like you don't instantly be like, oh, you're lying. You know what I'm saying? That I think that's like my whole thing on that. Like,
yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, I don't think it's fair you go into a relationship still with past hurt,
Yeah.
but we're always gonna have those walls up.
Yeah.
You know, like any new relationship I get into, I'm not gonna be like, oh damn, like she probably are automatically lying to me and doing things.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
some people do happen to.
Yeah, some people do that, and I feel like that's crazy. Like, I feel like because we're never truly gonna heal from our prior relationship.
Right.
We're always gonna have those scars.
Yeah.
But it's like I just feel like it's not fair for you to be like hurt still and get a new relationship with somebody because like you're gonna hurt yourself even more and then you're gonna hurt that person because you're bringing your trauma from your last relationship to the new one.
So my question is, how do you know when you're not hurt from it anymore before you get into a new relationship?
I mean,
That's a good question.
That's a solid question. And
I'm not hurt from it.
that's a solid.
We can keep that one. Did everybody put in what they wanted to like for trust issue?
I was gonna say something.
We can add that to that is a great
That's
question.
a great question.
That is a great question.
I was gonna say something real quick. I was thinking about it, and in terms of like growth and stuff, when it comes to the things that happen in middle school or the things that happened in the past, you could necessarily move away from those type of people, but what am I trying to say? But you can move away from those types of people, but the hurt that it caused on you, the hurt that was done to you causes you to reflect on yourself in a way that kind of like stops you from growing. And what I mean by that is basically, for example, let's say Ebuka's in middle school, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say he's in middle school and he's in a relationship and things are going by, and then his girl leaves him for Nelson, right? So your girl left you for Nelson. Now you have that initial like not trusting. You have that initial like you don't trust women or whatever the case may be for however long, and then you end up growing up and letting that go. But subconsciously, you could also be like, you could have like gain a sense of, am I enough, or like, what was wrong with me to make her leave me and go to someone else? So like, you not trusting women may have left as you get older because you know it's a different person. But that's that feeling of what was wrong with me, or what did I do wrong, can stay with you as you continue to go in your other relationships. So that's like, it's not the same thing, but the same action caused two separate things.
I feel like
So-
if you still have those thoughts, then you're not over it.
I was about to say that because that is technically a trauma, and trauma comes from a specific incident or situation that happened. So that reason why you have that, basically that's what you just said, like, oh, am I enough, is self-doubt. And that self-doubt is rooted in the breakup or somebody leaving you from way back then. So truly, if you haven't fully healed from that, you know what I'm saying, those things are going to happen. That's the way I think of it. Like, yeah, you might have got over the situation, but you never healed from the situation, which I think are two different things.
Yeah.
So,
Oh wow, that
Did
power.
it start?
Yep.
Okay, so my question is, how do you know when you're fully healed from your past situation to be able to move on to the next relationship?
I'd say like one thing, like a key importance is like you're not thinking about the past individual anymore, and also like I think one thing for me is like I reflect on the relationship, what I messed up on, what they messed up on, and then what I'm not going to stand for in my next one, like my standards wise, cause like that plays a part. Cause some people just get out of relationships just to hop in another one and not think about like why the relationship didn't work out in the first place. And that's just gonna cause you to go down in a cycle of you getting in one, getting out one, getting in one, getting out one. And for me, like when I get out of a relationship, I like to like stop, think, spend some time for myself, learn how to love myself again, and then possibly open myself up to somebody else.
I think too, for me, like I would say a step is knowing that you need to be healed. Like, yeah, because
Accountability.
I guess it's accountability, but also too, it's kind of like if I say my trust issues, I'm thinking of negative things, I guess, and it's kind of like I know that's not healthy.
Yeah.
I need to heal that. So then it's just kind of, and then from there, I guess I'll work on healing those whatever.
Do you go to like therapy or stuff like that as well, or is it more like a self thing?
I used to go to therapy, but I mostly just go to my mother, and I'm kind of she knows me well. I also know myself pretty well especially when I'm in a jam. So yeah, and
I think it's kind of wonderful, like, because I truly don't go to my parents because, you know, they're probably not the best example for me to reach out to and talk like how to work out a relationship, how to work out a relationship and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of like do therapy, and I think it helps because like my main thing is like I overthink a lot.
Yeah.
And that just comes with every aspect of my life. So like I overthink a thing, and sometimes it like I know I'm overthinking, and I just can't stop myself from doing it. So then I just come up with so many other different possibilities and stuff like that. Yeah. And so that's just something that my therapist told me that's something I gotta work on. Like working on that is like writing a journal and stuff like that. Just writing down your thoughts so you can like have a center point again. But no, I think it's real beautiful to talk to your parents. Cause like my parents been married for like 33 years, and like it's a beautiful thing, but it's like I can't rely on them to help me in my emotions, and it's probably just because like they were never really good in the first place to spill my emotions to. But yeah, I think that's just for me, my way of how I deal with things. I like therapy. It's good.
Yeah.
I feel like another thing that you'll know, like you've healed from someone or from like a relationship, is if you can like be in the same presence with that person and not feel uneasy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one thing. Like I know, like for example, like if I get out of a relationship and like I come cross paths with somebody and it's like, oh shit, like fuck, like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like that feeling that you have in your chest or like in your gut. What is it called? Like when you
Anxiety.
Huh?
Anxiety.
Not anxiety. It's a specific way to.
Feel uneasy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like your guts in your stomach. That's what people say. You know what I'm saying? Like you have that feeling, and it's like you would know you're over this person like when you don't have that feeling anymore, and whatever is causing that feeling could be a variety of things. Like okay, maybe this person hurt you, or maybe like this person like okay, you're at your worst moment. You don't want to see this person see you the way you are. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're truly at peace, no matter what this person says to you or is around you, you would be cool and keep your composure.
Right. For me, it's kind of difficult being able to like pinpoint what it looks like to be healed, because I feel like a lot of people genuinely like aren't 100%. I don't think you can be 100% healed.
Of course not.
Yeah, so like once you get hurt, like Nelson said earlier, those scars are always gonna be there, like, and you can grow back from it. So it's kind of difficult to say like what it'll look like when someone is healed, because also like I said earlier, like the things you take away from relationships, good and bad, are kind of always gonna be with you, and they're always kind of gonna they're gonna become a part of your character. So you may not be hurt, but you may be leaving this relationship with something new. Like for example, like the overthinking thing. I don't know about in his case, but for me, in my case, that I don't think I started off from whenever I gained consciousness. I don't think I started off as an overthinker, but because of things that have happened in my life, I can now say that I am an overthinker. But I don't think that those things are still with me to the point of where it's like if I'm in that scenario, I'm gonna like feel uneasy or I'm just constantly thinking about it. It's just like things that have happened in the past that are so long ago that I can't even remember, like have led me to the point where I am now. So would I say I'm healed from those things? I would say I am 100% healed. Not 100%, but I would say that I'm healed from those things, but I still carry like the scars because the scars are healed, but they're still there. So it's kind of like difficult to really pinpoint what true healing looks like.
I was gonna say too, depending on people's intentions. Me personally, getting to my relationship, I told AJ that like the things that I'm not fully healed from. Like I feel like when you get into a relationship, like I feel like you should vocalize the things that you're just not healed from, and it's kind of like in a way like let them know like what you have grown, like how you've grown to get past this moment in your life, I guess you can say. But also it's kind of, but like just keep in mind like these are things
these are things in my issue. So like, when do you usually say when do you usually tell this person, like when you're 3 months down the line, or like when y'all actually in the relationship?
No, I think kind of just once you realize that like okay, like this is the person, like I'm kind of like we ready to like
Getting serious with
we're getting serious. This is kind of because my thing is like I don't know, it's just like you don't want to get in a relationship and then you're throwing the trauma on them. So it's just kind of, you know what I'm saying? So you might as well just communicate like, look, I'm not here. Like, these are things that trigger me. So like, I might as well just tell you in the beginning before we're in a relationship, like, so that you're aware, like, these are the things that trigger me and all these things. So
it kind of get me thinking. Were you about to say something? I heard something. So it got me thinking too. Like, I know one thing I don't like is trauma dumping. I hate trauma dumping. Especially like when it's like fresh relationship. Like I'm not gonna say I won't be a supportive individual, but when you tell me all your problems at once, I feel like that's kind of crazy. Like, okay, that's not my job. You need to talk to a therapist, talk to God, or talk to somebody that you can really, work things out with. Because like, I feel like you're putting a lot of pressure on that individual to not bring more trauma to you. And like I like that though. Like I agree with you. Like you telling the person like over time, like okay, I have these type of issues, and there's something that you could be aware of and things like that. So
and sometimes like even when we got into our relationship, like you don't realize like things that trigger you until like sometimes when it happens. You know what I'm saying? So like
yeah, and also that's another thing too, because you can like see how this person reacts to it. Like somebody who's like, okay, we can work that out, things like that. We can like I'm aware of how you feel. Like that's somebody that genuinely cares about you. But you got those people that be like, oh, okay, hey, bro, take that somewhere else,
Yeah, and I'm such a people observer, I guess you can say. So my thing is that if like you do something that triggers somebody and you see them like snap, you're like, damn, like why you snap? But my thing is too, that you communicate like, look, these are the things that trigger me. Then like why this person may react a certain way to a certain situation or whatever.
Here's a better question: are you healed from your relationship, prior relationship? Are you healed from your past relationship?
I feel like
you are.
I feel like I'm still like in a sense like I've healed from everything, but it's just like, and I've moved on, working on moving on. You know what I'm saying? It's just now like working on myself for the next person that may come into my life.
So what does that look like? Like working on
I
oneself?
want to answer that question too, but you can go ahead.
Working on don't
forget it.
Learning what I like to do now, like learning how I may have fucked up in that situation that I was in. You know what I'm saying? In that relationship that I was in. Like how that person might have, felt for anything that I may have done, and vice versa, anything that they have done to me, and understanding that and coping with it and coming to terms that it did happen. And, just being a bigger person and just growing up, really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't dwell on, I did this to this person, I'm saying, this person did this to me, you know.
Mm.
It's just, yeah. Did I answer the question?
Yeah. Would you say you spent a lot of hours in silence just thinking about these scenarios and stuff? Like learning to
That's
like
a good one,
reflect.
AJ. That's a good one. Alright, I'm finna cook you now.
Can I answer this other question?
Yeah.
He said, made me forget it. What was the question you asked him
I
before?
wasn't even done. I had to answer his question.
But I didn't get to answer his
Okay,
question
okay.
before he asked that one.
Alright, go ahead.
I'm saying, what was the question again? 'Cause now
He asked, "Are you healed?"
No, I'm talking about AJ's question.
yeah.
Is that not what AJ asked?
No, that was what Nelson asked.
Wait, are we talking about?
He asked, "What does it look like when what am I doing?"
Yeah.
Oh
what
yeah,
does it look like?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Or
it
something
was
like
like
that.
something you said. You said, like it's more of like what I can do better. So me personally, from my last relationship, I think something I can do better is I don't know. A lot of people think that like going out and partying is a single act, but I actually have fun doing that. Like me and my friends, that's what we bond off of. That's our getaway time. That's our friend girl time. But I feel like the person I was in a relationship with didn't really like that as much. That I went out and, but it also could have been the age difference thing because he was way older. Y'all know that man was old as fuck. So maybe I just wasn't mature enough for him, or maybe he was too mature for me.
How often did you go party though?
Oh, every weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll probably just say at that point.
But I stayed with him throughout the whole week. Like, why can't I just go out?
Were all your friends single?
No. One was taken and two was single. So it was two of us that were in relationships with two that weren't.
Okay, and so the other person that was taken, was she going out every weekend with you too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did her boyfriend feel the same way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably just say at that point it's probably just like
Moderation.
you guys aren't compatible. Like you guys weren't compatible because like at the end of the day somebody's gonna want what they want. Somebody's gonna do what they want to do. So it's like if you like going out to party and he wants somebody who's staying in the house, it's like just you would have to just find a man who wants to go out with you or it's okay with you going out. You would just have to find a woman who's like wants to stay in the house. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with that.
But
It's
I'll
just like-
also say like another factor that kind of played into that. Like she said the age gap. Like somebody that's
around your
30,
age.
watch your mouth.
30.
Watch your mouth, buddy, because you're right behind
Is it
you.
how old?
What?
Well, I just said something.
No,
No, she said 30.
so I'm trying to think for me. Like I'm 23. Like if I
Shut up.
if I date somebody that's like 30, can you stop?
Oh, sorry,
Bro,
I'm
you the
sorry.
same age.
I'm
as me.
not 23, but go ahead.
So somebody, me 23, like my mindset is not the same as somebody that's like 30 or 40. So like people that's in that range, they're ready to have like a family. They're deep in their career. They're already thinking about like retiring and stuff like that. And I'm 23.
Okay, that's dramatic. He was not 40.
I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying people in general. But like that age
Was he
gap.
30?
No, okay.
No, he
But my
wasn't
thing is,
married.
okay, but even if you're 23 and you date somebody that's freaking, I don't know, 27.
It's still a difference
It's
in
still a
their
difference.
mindset. Like that person's deep in their career.
They're pushing 30.
They're pushing 30.
They're pushing 30. Like my sister, my sister's about to be 30 years old, bro. My sister's about to be.
But he's older. But he was older.
He's older. So my sister's 30 years old. So like I know, like watch your mouth. my sister's about to be 30 years old. Like her mindset is different from my mindset. Like I'm still have that college trying to find a career, and she's in her career thinking about
Period.
future things. So like she's paying health insurance. I don't gotta do that till I'm 26.
Yeah.
But
That's around the corner though. So
watch your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like our mindsets is different. So like I agree with you on that. Like that for sure.
Probably
I for
played a
sure
factor.
play that thing a huge factor.
Yeah.
And so it's just like I agree with you.
And then how do y'all feel about like, well, I guess it's more of a question for Saray, but it could also be for men, but really for women. But like, how do you feel about a man that's like now where you think he should be at the age he's at? Like you think he should be way
Like doing like the things he's
just
doing.
having his life together more. But then it's like he went through this and that. It's like, okay, but we all go through things. So like, I just like, how do you feel about that? Like, it's always an excuse, but it's just like, bro.
This my man, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like if we're not having the conversation of like growth, and you are not showing, because you can't expect somebody to do like 5 trillion things and boom, like you got your life together. But my thing is like, if you're not taking those steps, like that's a whole different type of conversation we're gonna have to have. Because sure, I'm not perfect, but my thing is that like if you're not, because my thing is that I want what you want. If you are not like accomplishing none of your goals, that's an issue for me. Like, cause like what the fuck are you doing? Like, and you're not trying at all. Like.
Even though, because like this is the thing I say, like, you know, you can't. I feel like you can't judge people from their journey. Like, it's not fair because we all have a different lifestyle. Right. We all have a different way we get to a point. Like, I think I'll be more upset with you if you didn't have a goal instead of doing something to reach your goal. Like, if you just sit on the couch at your mama crib and you 40 years old, or you don't have no aspiration in life. I feel like that's worse than somebody that's, you know, getting an education or doing something to pay bills, doing something to make sure that they're set. Right. That's what I would say.
I guess it depends on like the goals too. Like I said, like I don't expect you to get to your goal tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But I do expect you to, you know, put in something towards your goal. Like however big or small the goal is. But if you're not putting nothing towards the goal, like, I don't know, it's kind of like don't complain either. Don't complain and you not doing nothing to get to where you want to be. Yeah. Basically.
I think to answer your question too, like you said specifically at their age that they are like not doing what they're supposed to do. I think the age thing is kind of subjective because in a sense, like, for example, correct me if I'm wrong, you two, but like Mark Zuckerberg saw success in an early age with Facebook than Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm saying? One was 35 and didn't become a millionaire till like 40, and the other one was like our age and didn't become a millionaire until like 30. You know what I'm saying? So like, I wouldn't look at it like, oh, he's this age and he's not this and this and this. You know what I'm saying? So, but I would say though, like at like certain ages though, there's like common milestones. You know what I'm saying, that you should reach. Like if the nigga is 27, 28, 29, 30, you know what I'm saying, and he doesn't have his own vehicle, what the hell are you doing?
Or a driver's license like that.
Oh my god.
No, driver's license.
A license.
But vehicle, no. It depends. Because, like, I can see you living in California.
No,
because when you live in California,
bro, no,
you don't need a whip. You don't need a car.
There has to be a reason for that, though. Like, if you.
That's what I just said. I said, now, license, crazy.
No, that's crazy.
And crib, too. I think crib is also pushing
your own crib, yeah.
Your own crib.
We mean, like, just housing in general, like not a house, right?
Like an actual house, yeah.
A house or like
housing.
Oh, housing.
Either an apartment or like a house or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Stable income is number one for sure.
Most definitely.
At that age.
Bro, I don't. The way the economy now is,
but
like realistically though, right? Let's say you took the traditional like route, like the college, high school 4 years, college 4 years. You graduate high school 18, like. Traditional college 4 years, 22. Let's say you get your master's 3 years.
Traditional college is like 5 years now.
Yeah, it is now. But like, I'm just going like white picket fence, 1992 kind of. You know what I'm saying? Ideal like college. Like you'll be in your career by what, like 25, married by what 28. You know what I'm saying? You have your like stable like ideal. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even say married.
Ideal
I'd say I'd push
maybe
them,
not even
I'd push
married,
the married
but
like back. Because
actual income,
early.
Especially from like the time around the time where you graduate college.
When you're in your, I say when you're in your actual career, yeah. I say like getting career money, you're like in 20, 25, 26 range.
Not even 25, 26. Especially like if you go like med school or like get your doctorate. Like I would say like 27, 28.
You said traditional though.
Huh? Traditional? Yeah, like.
I don't think doctors are traditional.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
But I mean, traditionally, like Erica was saying, 4 years high school, 4 years college, master's is 2, then doctor. Let's say you stop at master's, that's 2.
So that's 25, 26.
Yeah. So and then by then, but at the same time, you don't immediately go into the profession that you like. It's a struggle. I've had a lot of people tell me that if you don't look for jobs like and internships and whatever while you're in college, when you get out, you may not find one for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So like, I could understand someone not being in their profession and making enough money, but I can't understand someone not making any money.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not
like-
saying they have to be in there, but like something stable, just
So,
to keep them on their
Yeah,
feet.
so as long as we're not discriminating on what the stable income is, then I can understand. Like, everybody's hustle is different. So if you're 27 and you working at McDonald's, like, hey, you gotta do
You
what
could
you
be a
gotta
store
do.
manager of McDonald's. You could own that McDonald's.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
they get paid.
But if you don't have anything going on,
if you don't have
But-
anything going on, then there's a problem.
I guess it just really depends on you. Like, I have a friend who thinks that once you got out of high school, you had to have an apartment. Like, and I'm like,
Good.
you know,
So
and,
good.
and I,
In what
and-
world?
in what
I'm
world?
saying.
But like,
Crazy.
but you know,
Still
at first, like that irritated me because I'm like, you crazy. But also too, I'm like, but if that's what you think, that's what you think. So like, I guess this is like really just depend on you. Like, if you think that at freaking fucking 30, a nigga need to have a house,
That's on you.
that's on you. That's not your.
No, you could really be 30 and live in an apartment, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
it's not crazy.
I know some like
Nice apartment.
people. There are some people who like raise children in apartments. I don't think there's nothing wrong with an apartment versus owning your own home in the first place. Like it's just like whatever fits your prerogative and whatever fits like
Let's build.
what you want to pay.
Yeah.
So I mean, me personally, I'm gonna own a home.
yeah, I want to.
But if you don't and you want an apartment, there's nothing
There's
wrong
nothing
with
wrong
that.
with
So
I just think that's just people's standards. Like, you know what? I think that plays a part into like people's standards on social media. Like, there's for sure people. You said what? Yeah, there's for sure people that like some people's standards are crazy. Like they'd be like, go ahead. So some people's standards are crazy. Like just like your friend, like a crib. I mean, an apartment out of high school is crazy.
because what job were you working in high
What
school to even
job?
have the money for an apartment?
I don't know. But
And let's really talk about like apartment prices because apartment prices be like
You have to
2K
make
and up.
have to make 3 times the rent,
Lucky,
which
man.
doesn't even make sense.
And I was also gonna bring up upbringing too, because like how kind of like you said, like how this person said, oh they was looking at you because you didn't have an apartment out of high school. Like I had a friend, like usually with like Nigerian parents versus like other parents, like usually like they will try and keep you in your crib for as long as you can. Versus I know some people where they turn 18, their parents kick them out, so they
Yeah.
kind of like forced to like okay start life a lot earlier. They don't have that cushion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, kind of deal.
Yeah.
That's a whole different topic because
But also,
it's
like, kudos to you if you got a crib at 18, like,
Yeah.
period.
Yeah,
You
no,
know what I'm
kudos.
saying? But, like,
Cause like I know people that I knew from middle school. They are married, 3 kids, have a whole crib.
literally.
At what age?
Right
What
now.
age?
Right now, at my age right now, 23.
Shit.
Hey, bro, she started having kids in high school. Got
Oh,
married
yeah,
as
she-
soon as she got out of high school. Like,
do
Oh,
it to you.
she missing. Older
No, her boyfriend is my age.
Same age, yeah.
but
They
what I,
just, you know what I'm saying? They're living a life. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just something
That's their journey.
that's their journey.
what I was about to say with the high school and apartment thing, I feel like nowadays a lot of black people see what
Right.
Like,
That's what I was thinking too.
a lot of black people are trying to like are trying to formulate their way of movement off of like how white people did it, and it's not supposed to be like that because we were placed in different circumstances.
What do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
well, what do you
So
mean?
what I
Because
mean
white
by that,
people had, like,
they have like
generations of
yeah,
advantages.
they had a white person is able to get married way younger than
Okay.
us because they were put in these predicaments to where they don't have to worry about the same stuff. So a white person having an apartment out of high school sounds way more, oh, okay, I see how they could do that.
That's sad.
It is, but I see how they could do that versus a black person. And because, I'm not saying, I don't know what friend you're talking about, or I don't know the friend or whatever their mindset may be, but because it's like it may seem normal for white people to do this, then now it's like, okay, us as black people, we have to do this as well.
Yeah.
But it's like we're put at we're already placed in 2 different boxes. We're already placed like
The
steps
advantages
apart.
are
The
like-
advantages, the gaps are already
Like we have
different.
to work 4 or 5 times harder.
I think
So it wouldn't make sense for us to be able to do the same things that they're doing at those ages,
Yeah,
all
'cause-
straight off the bat.
Oh, because low key, and that's honestly true. Because now that I think about it, like I went to a private high school, right? And
Wait, what high school?
bro, don't do that. You know where I went to high school. I'm from Detroit, but I went to De La Salle High School.
That's the all boys school, right?
Are y'all mature? Y'all mature?
Go ahead,
At
bro.
your age, bro.
Go.
So look,
Go ahead.
so I knew guys there that their family already in $1 million businesses, like, and as they say, all they gotta do is 2 years of community college, and the family business is in their hand.
Mm-hmm.
Where I have to do college, and I gotta do all this extra stuff just to make sure that I'm good, but also the people after me are good. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, it's crazy because it's like I was never jealous, but I was just very upset at the fact that they were like, they didn't know how blessed a position that they were in,
Type shit.
and they were really flaunted. I'm like, bro, like if y'all understood, if I had the same opportunity y'all had, bro, I would move so different.
Was it only like the guys or were the girls there the same way?
Yeah,
as
but
well?
don't piss me off. Don't piss me off, bro. Yes, the girls that came to school still had that mindset. Like the girls, there's one girl, she worked at her dad's job. She'd been working there since she was 16,
Yeah.
and bro, she was paid. Like she bought her own car.
Oh, she went. You know her? She went to your school?
Because you about to piss me off, bro. Stop doing this, bro.
For reference, Nelson went to an all boys school.
Oh
So
my gosh, bro. Yes, I went to a college. I went to a Catholic private school.
anyways,
Yeah, come
But-
on.
Because we laughing like it's crazy, bro. Like,
but I think too it comes back to like social media. I think that people see some people at our age doing
certain things.
certain things.
And you know, I think I talked about this in the podcast probably like maybe months ago. Like what Patrick told me, he was like, you can't be looking at people's social media. And
Sorry, who was that?
Patrick,
Who was that?
he was an alpha.
oh
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just said that like really.
yeah.
Because I
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
So Patrick was like, bro, you can't look at people's like Snapchat story and get upset because that's just only highlights. You don't know what they did to get to that point, and you don't know if they're struggling behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All you see is just the highlight, so you can't compare yourself to a highlight.
Yeah.
And I was like, that kind of made me like realize like, dang, I can't be upset at somebody else's success because it's like I don't know if that's really success or
You don't know
that's
how they
just
got there.
yeah, you know what I'm saying,
That's-
or
that's
it's
my
just
parents
or
told me,
people
for sure.
just are people just flaunt because they had it at a certain time. Because I know people that would like get money and blow it all in one day.
But to bring it back to what like the original point, I feel like we can all agree on like success is relative and subjective. So in terms of not being at a place where you think they should be
At the age that they
at the age that they are, we can't really put like a certain timeline on anybody because, for example, if let's say we can all agree that like, okay, normally you graduate college what
22.
22?
Yeah.
Okay, you graduate college 22, and let's say you don't go for your master's. Let's say then like 2 years later you're 24 and you're working your job and you're getting like, let's say 59K, right? 59K 2 years out of your college career is I feel like that's a pretty good,
That's not
pretty
bad.
good, yeah. But you know somebody else could be getting 2 years out of their college career could be getting like 24K, and now now that person is looked at as like, oh dang, like you're not where this person should be at, and then next year they get a raise, crazy raise, and now they're making like 70K. So like now the other person isn't where they're supposed to be at. You get what I'm saying? Like
That's why you can't judge nobody's journey.
yeah, that's why. Like now, it's completely flipped. Like this person, you guys are in the same part, same age, same boat. But now the person who you looked at is like, oh, they're behind me, woo woo. Now they're in front of you. So does that mean that you're behind? Like,
Right.
it's all just subjective.
Yeah.
Alright, so is there any last comments, questions, concerns? You know what I'm saying with the topic that we talked about. These were some good questions, good topics. Shout out, I'm saying Destiny for coming up with some of them. You know what I'm saying?
Fair.
Round of applause. I just give a special shout out to our guests one last time. Destiny and Sarah. Thank y'all for coming on. But if anybody doesn't have anything else to say, well, that's it for this video. So make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, more videos gonna be coming out. Yeah. Peace.
We're gonna be trying to drop twice a week now, right?
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what.
All right, so y'all be ready. Notification bell on.
All right. Peace sign for thumbnail. All right. Cool.